Hi, I'm Tunya Selesi from the Turkey office of the World Bank in Ankara, Turkey. I've been with the bank for the past 13 years, and what I do is communications and external affairs in the country office. I do a lot of what we have been sort of walking through since yesterday, but in a very unstructured manner. So what I want to get out of this training is to bring structure to my perspective of doing things, especially, for example, for me today, the session on political analysis is very important.
All right, thank you.
My name is Maggie Sek. I also work for the World Bank. I'm based in Washington, D.C. I've been with the bank for about 12 years. I've mainly done corporate communications, but this year I moved to the Africa region, where I will be doing more work on operational communication. That means working more on projects. And our projects are mainly about environment issues, land issues. And coming into this training will really kind of give me a refresher on how to do better communication and also get perspective from people outside the bank. I think we are always among ourselves, and I think this is a great opportunity to hear about other people and the way they do their work.
Excellent, thank you.
I'm Arun Zia. I work for the World Bank in Afghanistan. I'm doing the communications plus public relations plus external affairs for the bank. I do everything. And we recently started a new, it's not a new reform project, but it's a continuation of what we did before, but in a different way in terms of involving more line ministries. It's both reforms and government, which corruption is important. That in my country. So my expectation, because the demand for me being a communication person in the country office has increased. So to know how to manage the expectations and the new prospects and techniques of doing the communication for reform.
All right, Louise, why don't we go with you next?
Where am I? Yeah. My name is Louisa Ersnap. I'm a Danish citizen, and I currently live in Panama, where I work for the United Nations Development Group as a regional coordination specialist. And my motivation for being here is twofold. First of all, at a professional level, in my current work, I work a lot on UN reform, which basically means trying to enhance coherence between the 20 different agencies that I'm coordinating. There's a team of 20 UN regional directors, which is the UN, the regional UN development group. And it's quite fragmented in many ways. And so I'm working on implementing policies for enhancing UN coherence. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of resistance to that. So I was hoping from this course to get some tips and ideas and the ways to analyze what's going on and ways to communicate around it. But at a personal level, I'm also, I chose this course because it resonates very much with what I love doing and things that truly interest me. So selfishly, I wanted to go here also to get inspiration for, you know, down the road, some career change. I have no idea which direction, but I know this appeals to me, so just have to go there and things will happen.
Wonderful. I love to recruit for my PhD program.
I am Fatima Mazonas from Brasilia office, also the World Bank. I've been working for the Sustainable Development Department with projects for poverty reduction, local development, regional development, climate change, all these issues, and with CDD projects in the bank language, community-driven development, and the issue of communication and governance is very important for this kind of project, to work with the clients, to work with the beneficiaries, and in the bank with our colleagues in the multi-sectoral projects that we've been evolving from sectoral projects to multi-sectoral projects. And one of our most recent projects is regional development and governance projects. And it is for a poor state in the northeast region of Brazil. And I selected, and I was also selected internally to participate in this course, to develop more and to learn more about those subjects, governance, communications, leadership, and how to deal better with my job and with our clients. And there is another important move. Internally in the bank, we are moving with a lot of changes in our structure, how we work to deliver results to the clients, and also knowledge sharing, more strategy, and also in Brazil, Brazil doesn't need money from the bank in the same way it did in the past. So now we have to make difference. How we can do our work and differentiate our approach, our job, our delivery. So how to deliver better what we do. So it is a very interesting opportunity to participate in this course, in this group, and in this university.
Excellent.
Yeah, my name is Edward Bauer. I'm from Ghana. I work with the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum. I'm the head of communications. Over the past decade or so, if you monitor Ghana's development, we'll have been attaining the average of about 8% in terms of GDP. That has created a lot of challenges for us, particularly in the area of energy. But energy has now become constrained, not only for the households, but even for the industry. So over a period of time, we have had challenges with the people, or they expect to have energy to go about what they need to do. And therefore, it has brought to bear a need to effectively communicate to these people to understand where we are and what we can do to be able to address these issues. So my reason for being here is to get the experiences of other people, other practitioners in other countries, and how they do able to handle that. And hopefully, maybe my office will perform better than we do now.
Excellent. Thank you.
My name is Stratton Sonera. I work for the UN United Nations Mission for the Stabilization of Haiti. It's a peacekeeping mission. And basically we have 4 pillars that we support. The rule of law, security, local governance, and elections. And as the head of public outreach and advocacy unit, I design program communication strategies which support those 4 pillars. By coming here, I expect to gain more insight about consensus building and social dialogue strategies. For the past 3 years that I spent in Haiti, I realized that that's what is the most needed. We have had many reforms, but due to political interest of different stakeholders, those reforms didn't take off. So, and I came to the conclusion that we need strong and research-driven social dialogue and consensus building. That's why I'm there.
Excellent.
I'm Shikha Jha. I work at the Asian Development Bank in Manila, Philippines. I've been there for the last 9 years. Recently, I have been in the research department for the last 5 years. Before that, I was in the Sector and West Asia department, where I handled the country offices of Tajikistan and Armenia, of course, from the headquarters. So I was leading the country teams, and I was also working as an economist. So it was nice to meet with the finance ministry, the other government officials, other ministries, and so on. And I was basically preparing the country partnership strategies. There's a cash in the World Bank. So it was like holding the first stakes and trying to manage different people from different sectors and also managing the government expectations and so on. From that I shifted to the research department, which was my original area. And I have been doing research on public expenditures and how government influences the public expenditure and the other way around. And recently I prepared a report which was released at the annual meeting of ADB in Delhi a couple of months ago, where I looked at the empowerment of citizens and how that can influence the public service delivery. Currently I am working on another project which is looking directly at governance and how improving governance will improve public service delivery. This will come out in our Asian Development Outlook update, which will be released in October and the same chapter. So here I am to learn from the people about how they deal with different kinds of stakeholders. And we can put together the research and the country experiences that I have. And the example that you gave us last time in homework on field area was very fascinating to see. It looks like there is no end to it and you can't come anywhere, but I want to see how we go along with it.
It's an optimistic quote, right?
That's right.
Alrighty, next.
That would be me, right? My name is Chinchilla, I'm Nigerian, and I presently run a small, I always use the word small. Well, first to dampen any expectations of results. Very small but very interesting non-profit that deals with technology. It's actually the conference between using technology, public policy, advocacy, and working with young people. Basically, that's what this is really all about. And for me, it's a personal commitment to go back to Nigeria up until 2015, when hopefully we'll have elections. So I'm all in 2015. After 2015, like my Danish friend here, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing next. But before then, the real reason why I came was because of a conversation I had, with Shino. I'm sure you mentioned that we've been friends. Yes. Again, although I seldom admit to this in public, yes, we are friends. I've known him for a while. We're both journalists in Nigeria many, many years ago. But I was a particularly prodigious journalist. I was 10 years old when she was career. So I realized if I said we were friends, you automatically just date me with Sheena. So I was telling when I was working with Sheena. But on a serious note, I met him in December when I was in the States the last time. And I had a long conversation, lots of catching up to do. I've been, keeping abreast with his work. As a matter of fact, I did work for him at one time as a consultant, ComCap, doing exactly this. I'm going to, I think it was Slovakia and Georgia, right? Doing reports on communicating reforms in the real world. So that was my last World Bank gig. And I told him what I was doing, my commitment to Nigeria and government. I said, but increasingly you're working with governments about government. So why don't you come and do this course to refresh your mind and, catch up with your peer, get some kind of a peer review process going. So I said, okay, on the whim, I'll do that. So I decided I'll come mostly to get a peer review process to validate some of the ideas I have to learn about new ones. But I've done this work before. 10 years ago, I did work for the World Bank again as a communication advisor on, I think it was water sector reforms for the Lagos State. And helped design the communication strategy, implemented it quite successfully. And I'm told some of my models are in the Institute of, the World Bank Institute as best case practices. So I do have some practical experience about how this works in the real world. What I think was missing for me was the theoretical underpinnings as to how it actually unfolds. I mean, all the paperwork in advance of it. It's one thing to be a practitioner, having some kind of professional understanding of what needs to be done, but it's another level of understanding to you see that there are actually theories and methodologies that underpin everything you do. There's a certain logic to it. And so that's why I'm basically here.
Right. So that sometimes it works just because you're lucky.
Yeah, most times because you're lucky.
Yeah, and you can't replicate it.
Yeah.
Then people go, oh, well, it worked before.
My name is Faris Al-Baid. I'm from Kuwait. I work at the Supreme Council of Planning and Development. I'm the advisor to His Excellency Secretary General. We're pretty much, we like to call ourselves the central nervous system of the government. We have a bird's eye view of everything that's going on in Kuwait. We deal with 57 governmental entities, which are ministries, semi-owned government entities, and fully private but have majority stake by the local government. We work with the Kuwait Development Plan, NDP, National Development Plan, that goes until 2035. It's a portfolio of $100 billion plus, dealing with mega projects such as railways, roads, infrastructures, and you name it. My role, pretty much, I do a lot of things, but the last project that I'm working on is how to translate the whole strategy of the development plan and bringing it down to the people so they can understand what our infrastructure, what are we working on, and how it's going to benefit them and the future generations. What I'm looking for in this program is to be intellectually challenged and to understand techniques and tools that can actually work on ground, not only in theory, because I think we've been having a lot of theories, lots of different workshops and conferences. What we really need is practical tools that have worked in the past and that can work in different situations, different countries.
Yes, as our Dean said yesterday, a fair amount of theories don't work very well, and as Manuel said yesterday, even when it does work well, sometimes you don't know why. So it's trying to pull all of this together.
Hi everyone, I am Belvin. I work in Haiti with the Haiti Reconstruction Fund, and as it is the fund that is managed by the World Bank, I also have the opportunity of providing cross-support to the World Bank for the communications. So why I am in this course? Well, I discovered this course 1 year ago, and I wanted to take the last year course, but it was too late. So I spent the last month tracking down when it's going to happen again. And so I'm very, very happy to be part of this team today. The Haiti Country Office has had a low profile communications-wise over the last decade, or they're a very low profile, and now they want to increase their presence in the country to inform people about what they're doing, and they also want to do a lot of communications for development. And they have a lot of requests from past team leaders and from senior advisors, and there is issues. So that's why I'm taking this course, so that I have the analytical tools to be able to inform the design of the communication strategy, not only at the country level, but also at the project level.
Excellent, thank you.
My name is Aneti President. I work with the government of the province of the states in Nigeria. I am the Chief Press Secretary, Senior Special Assistant to the governor. Before I started working in that position, I worked as Special Assistant Media, and been involved in government from 1999 as Chief Press Secretary to the Deputy Governor. I have been in a reform environment for quite a long time, and so when this course came, I saw it as an opportunity to acquire more skills, be involved in peer group review, and I think the need for governance reform is very strong in developing countries, particularly in my country and in my state. I sincerely believe that in the course of this program, one will be able to acquire a stronger set of skills to handle governance reform
in my work situation.
Excellent, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Vivian Luaga. I work with the Ministry of Health in Uganda, somewhere in East Africa. Well, I coordinate the communication component of reproductive health. And why I got interested in this course is that in our part of the world, governance is a big issue, where corruption is like the thing that is. So when I saw that it's communications, you can probably really addressing some of those things I kind of got interested. And secondly, I know such forums, you meet people you'll never see again. Those who are with the governors, those who are at the high level, so you kind of have a mix of experience and expertise, which I think is a big difference.
Excellent.
I'm S.K. Sinha. I'm from India. I'm a career bureaucrat and I work for the state government, the government of Andhra Pradesh. I look after the governance reforms for the government of Andhra Pradesh. And I'm also Director General of Center for Good Governance, which is an institution in Hyderabad. And it was established with the aid from DFID. And today it does a lot of consultancy work with all the government of India, all the state governments. So the reason why I'm here is that the kind of political uptake for governance reforms in India is very poor. And I basically want to learn, is there a way to really communicate with the political bosses how the uptake for the governance reforms can be better. That's the main reason why I'm here.
Okay, we call that leading up. So I'm going to put communication leading up. Excellent. Jackie.
Hi, I'm Jackie Sutton. I wasn't here yesterday. I arrived yesterday afternoon. I work with the UN as a consultant in Iraq. I've been here since, January 2008. Before that, I was in Afghanistan, Iran, West Africa, and the Horn of Africa, so I'm kind of specializing in post-conflict communications. I work with strategic communications, training, institutional capacity building, and elections. And my clients are both government, civil society, and formal media. I chose this course for 3 reasons. One of them being peer-to-peer support. I don't know what you find, but especially in post-conflict environments, communication is kind of an add-on. The election commission will say to me, you know, we don't have time for communication, we're too busy organising elections. I'm looking for basically to establish a network as well of people who, you know, I can go back and say, well, look, they're saying this as well, it's not just me. Advocacy tools and structure, I think, are very important. And also, it's a personal investment on my part, so I can kind of step back. You know, I've been working I haven't actually had a break from Iraq since I got there in 2008. So it's very important for me to be able to step back and really think about what I've done so that I can then go back refreshed and just give better advice to my clients.
Excellent. Kristen Guth will be stepping in and out. She's another one of the PhD students in Annenberg, also studying organizational communication, as Rong and Ali are. Becca, who is manning the equipment for us, specializes actually in music and entertainment. So you'll be hearing from Becca next week. She's going to show us how music videos can viral and influence people. So very, very cool stuff. Bruno, you're new today.
I'm going to miss that after.
Good morning. I'm Bruno Laporte. If you see me with a smile, it's because I just retired from the World Bank. So in my last position, I was actually at the World Bank Institute, one of the directors at the World Bank Institute. And I'm now in the process of setting up my own consulting practice on leadership, knowledge, and learning. And one of the things that I did over the last few months, I joined the the training of the faculty that Ed and Gabby have been organizing around leadership development, which is something that I'm really interested in. And it was a great 2 weeks training. But the last module of that training is actually strategic communication. And I thought that just when we started to get serious into something really important, well, that was the end of the course. So when I learned that, there was a sequel, then I wanted to join and really sort of do a deep dive into strategic communication, because I think, as I was telling Ed this morning, if you have the analytics or the analysis right, I mean, that's fine, but it's at that time that it really starts in terms of how you can sway the position of the various stakeholders and so forth. So I'm looking forward to all the tools and approaches that you guys have put in place.
Excellent, thank you.